listening to Fort Riley, the podcast. My name is Caitlin Nauer with Garrison Public Affairs. Spring is finally arriving, and what better way to celebrate than by getting outdoors? On this week's podcast, we'll be discussing the lakes on Post available for fishing. We will hear from Leanne Slinger with Outdoor Recreation, and then Brian Bartlett, an avid fisherman. Thank you for joining me today, Leanne.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
And what is it that you do here on Post?
So I'm a supervisory recreation specialist, so currently the acting branch chief for outdoor recreation, but we do all of the programming for soldiers, families, and the community around Post as well.
I'm sure that keeps you quite busy.
Always.
So this upcoming weekend, we have the Moon Lake Fishing Derby. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so on April 17th, we have a fishing derby. So the cost is going to be $5 per fisher. We're capping it at 50 participants total. So even if we have participants that are going to be guardians that are not participating, they are still going to count towards the total. Registration closes on April 15th by close of business day. You can call the Outdoor Adventure Park at 785-239-5412. Or come to the Adventure Park in person at 5202 Normandy Drive on Fort Riley, Kansas. This event is open to military families, DoD civilians, retirees, and of course single soldiers as well who might want to come out and get some fishing. Historically, this event, last year we reopened from COVID, and this was the first outdoor recreation event that we had. So it was a great opportunity for people to come outside, enjoy an activity that they may have even picked up during COVID, just trying to get outdoors and, stop from being cramped inside. Historically, fishing events that have occurred on Fort Riley, we try to schedule around Earth Day, just as an environmental awareness portion, just the benefits of fishing and how it positively impacts our community, especially here on Post at Moon Lake. So, yeah.
And what advice do you have for maybe a novice fisherman who's looking to get outdoors this summer?
I would say, you can come by the Adventure Park, Outdoor Recreation, pick some of our brains. There's also tons of tutorials out there. And I would also encourage all participants to log in the Fort Riley Ice Sportsman, and they have tons of outdoor recreation informational videos and such out there. Anyone who does fish on Post is required to log in to Fort Riley Ice Sportsman, log in and log out. So whether you're hunting, fishing, riding an ATV, but particularly for this event, people will definitely still need to follow those guidelines of logging into Ice Sportsman and going from there. There are a couple of safety videos, just general outdoor recreation safety videos to watch before then people will be able to proceed.
Thank you, Leanne, for joining us today and telling us all about the fishing derby this weekend at Moon Lake. Now I'm joined by Brian Bartlett, retired Sergeant Major and multifunctional supervisor on Post at our very own Army Community Service. Thanks for joining me today, Brian.
Oh, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So you are an avid fisherman.
I absolutely love fishing. It's my number one. Besides watching Razorback football, fishing's the next.
So how long have you been fishing on Post?
Oh, ever since I've been here. So I've been here almost 10 years now. So pretty much every spring, summer, and fall, you'll find me out there one way or the other somewhere here on Fort Riley.
So for those who can't make it to Moon Lake this weekend to go fishing, where else on Post can they go?
Well, very good. So Fort Riley does have 30 fishing ponds. And of the 30 fishing ponds, they've actually keep them very, very stocked. 18,270 fish last year they stocked in the ponds. Now that's, in all 30 of the ponds. So it really doesn't matter where you go. If you don't, with Moon Lake, you don't like going to Moon Lake or don't go to Moon Lake, there's always Breakneck Lake or there's always Cameron Springs that you can go to, which are great ones right here on Post, right next to the cantonment area. So they're always fun ones to fish at.
Where's your favorite place to fish on Post?
Goodness. My favorite place is Cameron Springs. I know last year they put in like 8,500 something trout. So it's a great Moon Lake and Cameron Springs are the only two lakes or only two ponds that you can actually catch trout. So I love going there at Cameron Springs to catch trout. It's very, very easy access. It's great for the families. It's great for the soldiers from the barracks who just want to walk over to it, don't have a ride. anybody can fish in them. They're right here, centrally located, very easy to find, and very easy to catch trout.
What advice do you have for maybe a new person just trying out fishing for the first time?
Well, let's just start with trout at Cameron Springs, for instance. It's as simple as having a fishing pole and a hook. A tiny little hook, a fishing pole, and a worm. You can't get much easier than that. And throwing it out there to catch a trout. But you can go all the way up to, fly fishing. So my advice would be just to go and try it. First thing, you have to be enrolled in iSportsman.net. That's huge because it's not as easy as just enrolling in it. My advice would be get with somebody who's already enrolled and have them help you through the process of watching the videos and getting yourself enrolled. And then once you are enrolled in iSportsman, then when you come on to Fort Riley, it's a great thing because it tracks everything that you catch as far as fish on Fort Riley. And at the end of the year, you know how many you've caught overall. So it's a pretty cool process.
So by using iSportsman, you can't make up lies about how many fish you've caught.
Absolutely. You can make up how big they were. I caught one this big. But yes, how many, it definitely tracks that, which is great. But then I would go back, though. You can buy fishing stuff at the PX. There's several places off post that you can buy fishing stuff. It doesn't take a lot of money. A simple, a small little tackle box, a fishing pole, and just to get out and enjoy nature. That's the thing that, we want to stress so much on Fort Riley is get out of the house, get out of the barracks, get out and enjoy what nature provided to you here, and have a good time doing it. And it is. You can sit on the banks in these ponds and fish, and they're all cleaned up. They're very, very nice. They're maintained. And, it's a great place for kids. Always take kids out. Moon Lake, obviously, is the best for children because they have a playground there. But the other ponds are great as well because it's easy access. And, again, children can go and play and not have to worry about them too much.
Thank you so much, Brian.
I appreciate it.
For more information about how to fish on post, visit fortriley.isportsman.net. Thank you for listening to Fort Riley, the podcast. Enjoy the spring weather, and we'll see you out on the lake.